and welcome back to Lift Your Spirits. I'm Miss Gloss, and today I'm bringing you a special edition of Lift Your Spirits because I was able to go away for the weekend and I decided to do just a little traveling. I drove about 2 hours away to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I was determined to find me some places to drink, places to eat, and I have to say I did very well. So to start out, I went by and I wanted to try out a distillery. So I found Great Lakes Distillery. Wonderful place. It looks gorgeous, especially at night with all the lights, the blue, everything. It looks amazing. So very inviting. You walk in, they have a really nice bar area where they're welcoming when you first come in. They have food there, so it's nice to get a nice drink, but then you can also eat there. They have their place where you can get any of the things that you want to try. So they have a lot of different liquors. So there they make vodkas, they make rums, they make whiskeys, gin, and they have all different varieties, okay? So the one thing that I really like, so their actual distilling process happens in the basement. And once you pay to go on their tour, they take you down to the basement and you get to see where the liquor is made, where it's housed, the different types of distilling process that they use, because everyone does things differently. This one happens to be a bigger distillery, so they have bigger distillers. They have a lot more barrels around to age their liquors. They have a nice little tasting area, so once you're done with the tour, you can sit and taste the liquors. And I will tell you, if you are a person who likes to try new things, the best way to do it is to go to places and ask for a tour or for one of their tastings. Because for a minimal price, you'd be able to try all their different liquors. You'd be able to try different wines, things like that, that you would not be able to do if you just walked into a bar and asked them, let me try that. So what was really nice was they let us try like 8 different liquors, people. 8 different liquors for 12 bucks, okay? Where are you gonna get that? The camaraderie, everything was perfect from the time I stepped into the distillery, okay, people? The drinks. Okay, so Wisconsin has their own old fashioned where they add a little different twist. So I was able to try their tap old fashioned, which adds some sparkling to their drinks. So they add a lemon lime soda to their drinks to make their old fashioned a little different. So I'm a girl who actually likes old fashions. With my Bartesian and with my Drink Works, I'm able to get that taste and taste it in different arenas. But I've never been able to taste it with lemon lime soda. And I have to say, it was a nice little change. It was something just a little bit different from what I normally drink, but it was a really nice change and I appreciated that. So when I decided that I was leaving, after I had tried all their nice little liquors, I decided to go ahead and buy me a couple. I really liked the vodka, so I wanted to get a nice little bottle of vodka to bring home with me. And they also have this maple flavored rum that I had to have. Like, it's one of those you don't leave home without it type of deal. So I did. And then they had this cute, absolutely adorable little trial pack to take home. And I was like, okay, I had to buy that too, because it has vodka, there's citrus honey vodka, they have gin in here, they have the maple flavored rum, and they have the Kinnickinnick whiskey that they have. You get the history of the distillery with these tours. Like, take the Kinnickinnic for example. When they were first starting out with their distillery, they didn't want to wait the entire time it takes to have to age whiskey. So what they did was they took half of their whiskey that they had that was a little newer, and then they took half of whiskey that they purchased from an outside source, put it together, and started selling their Kinnickinnic whiskey before they were able to totally do their own and put that on the market. I don't have that one, but it was nice in this cute little pack, so I had to have it. So just yeah. So Great Lakes Distillery, go, try, be, enjoy. Okay. So next, of course, y'all know I wasn't gonna go to just one distillery. That's just not how I do things. So there's another distillery there, and it's called the Twisted Path Distillery. So they're newer, much newer. The building is more industrial. So it's actually kind of cute when you pull up, because you're like, am I at the right place? And then you walk in and it's like, wow. It reminds me of like a speakeasy when you first walk in, and they do things more of a traditional way. Even their old fashioned is more of an old fashioned, that's the traditional way. And I'm telling you, it is really pretty. It is, you see the picture, it's really pretty. So yeah, you have to enjoy it. So it's nice to see two different sides of a coin. So they also make all the different types of liquors, but they do things a little bit differently. Because they are a smaller distillery, they use a smaller scale distiller, and he's more creative. So he's come up with his own way of doing things, his own distiller that he actually built with his own two hands. So it's like, you want to go in so you can hear these stories, so you can feel them from the owners. The owner himself is running the tours. So you're getting first-hand knowledge of exactly what you want to know when you're walking through these tours. They don't mind you taking pictures. They don't mind you coming in. Go in, interact, be there, be in the moment, enjoy the moment. They allow you to do tastings. So we tasted, I want to say 6 or 7 different liquors with them too. Like they have this Twisted Chai that I definitely wanted to try. And then they have batches where they're just making them for this one batch to try them out. So they had a rye whiskey that I really wanted. So I definitely had to try that. And then they had one of the smoothest gins that I had tried in a very long time. So I definitely had to get the gin. So it was like, I got these 3 and I'm like, okay, I'm the happiest person, because it came with a little, like the chai comes with this little recipe card that I definitely wanted to try, because I want to try the chai with the rye. So they call it a rye chai. So I will definitely be trying that. So that's another of the things that you want to look at. Now their bar is open, but they do not sell food. They have like the little plates of like a few of the meats and cheeses, but not a meal. You can't get a meal. So, but make sure you got food with you after you go through the tour, because you will be lit. Okay, look, listen to you, girl. You know I won't stay wrong. Listen to you, girl. So it was very nice to be there. It was nice to see, like I said, the contrast between the two. I loved them both. They both made you feel like you were at home when you walked in. So greatly appreciated. Now lastly, I went by a winery, because what else do a girl do when she out on the town by herself? She boozes it up. So I went to Cedar Creek Winery. That's also in Milwaukee. Well, actually it's like 30 minutes outside of Milwaukee, but a short drive, definitely worth the drive. I will say this, it is in a little village village, and the little village is so super cute. Oh my gosh. So the winery is in one little corner, and then it's like kitty corner to a restaurant. Went in there, had the best cheesesteak I've had in a really long time. Cheesesteak burger was so good, okay? So good. So if you're gonna go to the winery, stop next door, get you something to eat. Very good. So back to the winery. So the winery itself is small, and what I thought was gonna be a tour really was just a tasting, which y'all know me, I'm okay with that. I can just sit there and taste. I don't got no problems with that. That works out for me well. So what I really enjoyed, I walked in the door and they literally like, oh, you must be Chantel, come right on in, we've been waiting for you. Like literally knew my name, walking in the door, and literally made me feel like I was wanted, was accepted. They wanted me to come back. Like it was amazing. It was literally amazing. With their tastings, so there was groups of people, so they grouped you together with your people. I loved it because I was by myself, so I had my whole table to myself, spread out, chill, be good. I felt like a diva, okay? I literally felt like a diva. So they had a nice little list of what we were tasting. What I really enjoyed with them was that they had a cheese pairing for every single wine that we tasted. So it was really nice to see what they felt brought out the best in the wine. What cheese they saw that brought out the best. One of them was, oh my gosh, one of them was like it was a chocolate cream cheese. It was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So here's like the little list, the tasting list. So that one came with the strawberry blush wine. But what I thought was so dope was they have this cranberry wine cheese spread, and it is literally made with their own cranberry wine. They have this specifically made for them at the winery. So you guys know I had to get, once I saw that, I had to get the wine and I had to get the cheese. That's just what I do. The cheese is bomb, okay? Bomb. And then I have the wine to go with it. So it was really nice to see the different Wisconsin cheeses matched with the different wines. Now me, I enjoyed the wines, but I went with ones that I know are hitters for me. So like a Gewürztraminer, I think I got a Pinot and a Riesling. Yeah. So me, I'm gonna stay in my wheelhouse, but I am learning to venture out with my wines. So if you're one who wants to learn to venture out too, again, tastings are the way to do it. That way you don't have to buy a whole full glass to find out it's something that you really don't like. You can go in, tell them, like Cooper's Hawk is a big place that I go to try out new wines. It's $7. You try out like 8 different wines. Go for the variety. Don't just go for the sweet. You know you like sweet wines. That's why you're there. Why not try something different? Get out of your comfort zone. You may find something that you actually like. Like, I love Gewürztraminer. Like, that is my favorite wine now. I can do it. Don't give me Moscato. It's too sweet. Everything does not need to be sweet. Gewürztraminer still gives you that little bit of sweetness, but I don't know what it is. I love me a Gewürztraminer, okay? And if you're trying to figure out how to say it, girls are meaner. That's how somebody told me to remember how to say it. Girls are meaner. So that's how my weekend in Milwaukee went. I went to Great Lakes Distillery, then to a basketball game. Then I went to Twisted Path Distillery, had me a nice burger, went to Cedar Creek Winery, and then went to another basketball game. Tell me if that's not the best weekend you ever heard. I know. I'll wait. Okay. Thank you guys so much, and I'll be right back with Booze Clues. Alright guys, welcome back. And we're here for Booze Clues. So since Valentine's Day is coming up and you guys have better treat your Valentine right, so I'm figuring you're going to want to go out to dinner. So while you're out to dinner, you want to know what's the best wine to pair with your different dishes. So here we go. I'm going to try to get y'all to the best wine pairing possible. So first we have Gewürztraminer, and it is a sweeter wine, but it's not too sweet. So it's in the realm of Riesling, those type. So you want to put this with like a nicer fish like sea bass, or you could possibly put it with like duck, smoked sausage, things like that. That'll go very well with a Gewürztraminer or a Riesling. Now, if you're in the market with a Chardonnay or a Sauvignon Blanc, another white but a little drier, this goes well with chicken and turkey and like scallops, oysters, things like that. That's what you're gonna get when you go with a Sauvignon Blanc or a Chardonnay. Now, if you want to go with something lighter, crisper, a rosé, what you can do is like pork with that, spicy sausage, some beef. It's a little bit more rangier with you got a little bit more of a range. We'll drink whatever the heck you want to. What come in your glass is what you're gonna drink. Now, we do have a Cabernet Sauvignon, and with that one you really can go with your deeper meats, your venison, your ribeye, some beef stew, grilled tuna would be a good one with this. You got a little bit more range. With your red blends, your Malbecs, your heavier reds, you want to go with a good old steak, people. A good old steak. That's what this is good for. You can also go with like swordfish, tuna, things like that would go well with your red blend, your Malbecs, your heavier reds. You're nowhere near any sweet reds is what is good with a good old steak. So I hope that comes in helpful for you for Valentine's Day, for any other day. You might be thinking Mother's Day, you want to do a nice little brunch. That's why they always have a red and a white on hand, because it pairs differently with different foods. Lighter foods, you're going to go with your lighter wines. Heavier foods, you go with your heavier wines. It's like it's color coordinated. Just coordinated. Yeah, okay. I tried. So I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you for tuning in this week. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. If you like what you saw, subscribe. Ring the bell so that way you know every time I put up a new video. And I really appreciate you joining me today. Thanks so much, and continue to lift your spirits.